Hey y'all, Mademoiselle, and I'm going to tell you what you need to open up a bank account in Jamaica as a foreign. All right. First thing you're gonna need is you're gonna need 3 left foots. That's yours, your mama's, and somebody else's. Okay, all right. So on a serious note, so I have successfully opened up a bank account in Jamaica as a foreign, and I am going to, and a foreign, I'm sorry, a foreign is a foreigner, someone who's not native to Jamaica or has went away for a long period of time. You get identified as a foreigner. So, as a foreigner, or more importantly, someone who's not a resident. Well, not a citizen of Jamaica, I should say. This is how you will go about opening up a bank account in Jamaica. Why do you need a bank account, you may ask? Well, I know some people this may not pertain to, but for someone like myself who's actually looking to live, work, do business, the whole nine in Jamaica, you would want to have a bank account for the same purposes you would want one from wherever you at. All right, so in the event that I ever may want to purchase a home or purchase a vehicle or get business loans or something like that, you want to start establishing relationships with the banks. So I'm going to tell you what you need, then I'm going to kind of give you some recommendations. Nothing to be taken as fact. This is purely what maybe I observed or what other people have communicated. So just the important thing is you having your documentation, because if you ain't got all of that, then don't even worry about opening it, because baby, they want everything. All right, so here's what you need to open up a bank account in Jamaica. So if you are not familiar, you will need a TRN number. All right, that is a taxpayer and registration number. I think you can obtain this online, or they'll mail you the number or something, but I did mine when I got here. When I first got here, I got a TRN. So if you're on the ground in Jamaica, you will have to go to the tax office and apply for a TRN. All right, so they'll give you a piece of paper with your number on it. I think you have to go back at a later date to pick up your card, which I have not yet done. So you'll need that number to do a lot of things in Jamaica, basically banking, housing, whatever. Your TRN is like your social, whatever y'all use as an identification number from wherever you at. I know it's social in the U.S., all right? Obviously, you're going to need proof of identification, so a driver's license, national ID. That's more relative to Jamaica. I don't know if they'll take a national ID from any other country, but I get through with my driver's license back at home or my passport. All right, so you're going to need identification. You are going to need references to open a bank account in Jamaica. Yes, you're going to need references, okay? Like you're applying for a job or something. So here's how the reference thing works. So either A, you need to know somebody who banks with that bank. Recently, from what I've encountered, that person would have to be in good standing with the bank, and at least a customer with them, I think, for over 2-3 years. That's what I've been told, all right, or that's been my experience. So you will need a reference at that bank possibly. You have a bunch of options, but as a person who's not as integrated or grew up in Jamaican society, this is kind of where a lot of people get stumbled, and like, cause I don't know who banks with who or nothing like that. So if you know anybody in Jamaica and they're willing to vouch for you, ask them who they bank with and ask can you use them as a reference, because the references are pretty important. All right, so you will need a customer reference, or you will need a reference from the manager of that bank. Again, it's kind of, you have to know who you know or ask around, or the manager may be able to assist you better in making sure your account is cleared through. Minister of religion, so like a preacher or somebody. Again, this is why I'm saying, like, if you're not integrated into the Jamaican community, these references may be hard to come by because you may have never attended church in Jamaica. You don't know where church is, much less a reverend or somebody who you can use as a reference. Okay, a justice of the peace, a JP, otherwise we would call them notaries. Back at home, you would need a notary. Same thing, the notary would have to vouch for you, saying that they have known you for a specific amount of time. All right, so typically those options are kind of out of the way for me. So typically I'll try and find somebody or ask somebody who I know, who they bank with, and if I can use them as a reference. Or you would have to use your employer as a reference. So you would have to have a letter or something from your employer saying that you work there, how long, all the information, a job letter, employee verification. You would need to have that. And I think a lawyer, doctor, people like that is who you would need to open a bank account with. So yeah, people with some type of rank or some way to vouch for you, or trusted members of society, is what you would need. So your best bet as a foreign, all right, is again, find somebody who has an account with a bank and having your employer bank with pay stubs, pay slips, or job letter. Those are going to be your best options if you are not a Jamaican. Okay. All right. So you're going to need a proof of address. So you're going to need proof that you are living in Jamaica. Or I'm not sure. I just use my Jamaican address, like my electric bill. They may use an address from back at home if you're using it, but I think that again comes with some additional steps. I don't know. So if you can get through with an address, you got proof of address in Jamaica, that's even better. All right, that's what I use, my JPS bill. All right, water bill, digital flow, some utility bill. Can't be more than 6 months, I don't think. And it has to be in your name, obviously. You can use a postmarked envelope, your driver's license if it has your Jamaican address on it, or your ID, okay? You're going to need proof of income or employment. All right, now see, because I have a job and I also have businesses registered here, depending on who the bank is or who I'm talking to, I just come with all these things. So I have my employee verification, and I also have my bank, because if they have my business registration, because if they have a problem with my employer verification stuff, I'm like, okay, let's use my business registration. So the business registration, they want to see that you're a registered business in Jamaica, and some banks say they want you to be registered for at least 6 months, and they want income showing, or some just want to see that you're a registered organization. So it kind of depends on where you're going and again who you're talking to. So that's what I use. I use my employer as a proof of income, or I use my business registration. Whichever one to get me through, that's what I use. All right. And yeah, they're gonna want just to see your income from the last few months. All right. I don't think no more than 6 months. Self-employed people, again, so like myself, so I will use my certificate of registration. You can use a trade license if you have one, or you will need a unemployment verification form from the Ministry of Labor, all right, which is a whole nother thing. So you will need a letter from the Ministry of Labor, I guess, you know, detailing, you know, you can't get employment or something, I'm guessing, but you still need to open a bank account. I don't know. I don't get into all of that. I just use what I got to get through. Okay. And then of course you're going to need a minimum opening deposit. For some banks it's $1,000. Some banks it's $2,000. Depending on the type of account, it's $5,000. If you're using US, some banks want, because you can open up a US account here and a Jamaican account here. And I have both. So for the US account, some of them want a minimum $20 deposit or $100 deposit. It varies, it depends. Come with at least $100 US if you want to open up a US bank account here. So all those things, along with, of course, the application forms, those as well are going to vary. And again, what they require, don't require, need for you may be different. Just bring everything that you can and hope for the best. All right. Oh, and come with your patience, because you're gonna be in there for a few hours. Just be ready to be there for a few hours. All right, so some of these banks you can apply online. Good luck with that. I like to kind of just go there and just get it done. So, because sometimes the back and forth stuff gets confusing and you just don't know. I would rather just sit and talk to an actual person and they tell me, step by step, and I just come prepared. But typically, even when you try and do it online, you still have to end up going in there anyway. So I just like to just go ahead and go. That's been my experience. So here are some of the more popular or well-known banks in Jamaica that you may have good chances with. So NCB, National Commercial Bank. Again, I'm not telling you who to bank with or where I listen. They all have their strong suits and they all have their faults. All right. So National Commercial Bank, that's a decent bank, I think, to work with. So I know Scotiabank is a popular bank out here. I think I tried to open an account with them, but I had too many issues, and then I'm kind of glad because I'm reading about all their fees and all this stuff like that. So I know Scotiabank is a well-known bank. Do people typically care for them? I don't know. I don't think so, but I think they're popular. I guess they serve a purpose of some sorts. In particular, especially with those who do like corporate banking, business banking, stuff like that. Sagicor Bank. So they also deal with like life insurance, real estate, things like that. Also, I think some of the smaller known ones, but I think that are good for like businesses. JMMB Bank and Victoria Mutual. All right. So again, do your research, do your due diligence, come well prepared, and come with a whole lot of patience. Be prepared to ask or get asked a lot of questions. All right. And yeah, just make sure you got all your stuff in order. Again, most of the issues that I ran into had to because of like most of the issues that I ran into, it was just miscommunication or like something. I don't know, it can be really petty. Like I didn't put like my middle initial or something, and it's on my identification. I don't know. It's little stuff like that. So just be prepared. If you are a first timer, I would just go to the branch and sit and talk with somebody and have them walk you through step by step. But come with all your documentation, proof of employment or income, ID, all of that stuff. All right, and your references and everything else I said. All right. So that's it. First things first, I need y'all to subscribe to my newsletter. There are so many things happening. I can't get on here all the time and tell y'all what's going on. I would rather y'all sign up to my newsletter so you can stay abreast of what's happening. So I'm getting press. I'm getting I'm doing events. Products and services that I'm developing, and I'm working with other people out here in Jamaica that are developing, and just my journey in particular. Sign up for my newsletter. I'm going to put the link in the comments. All right, it should also be in my bio, but I will be sure to put it in the comments. Please sign up for my newsletter. All right. That way, y'all don't have to keep asking me where you at, what you doing, where you going, what going on over there now. That's all right. So just go ahead and sign up for my newsletter, and that's it. Thank y'all for watching. I love y'all so much. I appreciate y'all so much, and thank y'all for being here with me for day one. If you are interested in moving to Jamaica and you need assistance, okay, there are two avenues. The best one is to schedule a consultation call or a discovery call with me or one of my team members, okay? That is berjamaica.com, where you can schedule a discovery call with us. I will also link that, okay? Your second option is to join Black Expats and Repats in Jamaica on Facebook, if you are on Facebook, okay? Those are your best resources and options for getting to Jamaica smoothly, okay? All right, or at least, you know, will make your process a bit easier. All right, so that's it. See y'all later. Hope you're having a beautiful day and some beautiful weather wherever you're at. All right, bye.